Hi, I'm Ryan Nickel, CTO at DSA Ocean, and today I want to talk about how you work with parts libraries with ProteusDS Oceanographic. So let's just open up ProteusDS Oceanographic Designer. The official parts library is now automatically integrated into each project from the beginning. So when it comes time to, I've got a blank project here, when it comes time to adding a line, it's ready to go. You can just add pick out of the official parts library the parts that you want to use. So go select and start designing your mooring. So put in 100, for example, there. If we go back, you'll see that we've got a list of in-use parts now down here, and it helps to just identify what you've actually got and quickly go back and reference the properties here. Note you can change the units just to make it easier depending on what you're used to. Another thing to note is you may find some sizes of part are missing, or you have a particular size you're hoping for. You can make them editable. The official parts library is read-only, but if you go make editable and make a copy of this for you, and then you can say, oh yeah, I really wanted to see whatever 18mm size rope if it's not in there. And then you can go through and get the spec sheet, look over the properties, and put in what you want for the rope size if it's not there. Of course, if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. Send us a message at support@dsaocean.com. We can help populate the official parts library with parts that you like, review the diameter, the mass per unit length, and so on that you want in there. Okay, I'm just gonna, don't actually want this in my local parts library, so remove that. Right, so you can, of course, you can add parts to your library as well directly rather than duplicating. Duplicating is a really quick way to make subtle variations and make more versions of things, but you can go add and, for example, pick frame. And you're starting with a brand new generic frame for your project, for a mooring frame, for example. So I haven't changed anything here. When you save it, it saves it in this local project parts file for this mooring project. If you want to export this into a separate mooring file, say you want to reuse this frame, you click on the button up here, Export Projects Part Library File, and then generic frame sizes. I'm just going to save this on my desktop for now. And this way, it's taken these parts, all of the parts out of here and saved it in the in this parts library files, and you can share that with your colleagues. If you have ProteusDS Core installed, the parts editor will open this up, and you can make changes or adjustments to this parts library file directly without doing it in Oceanographic Designer. But everything you can do in the parts editor, you can do in Oceanographic Designer, so you don't need it. Right. When would you want to use project parts libraries? Well, it kind of depends. Sometimes you've got a group of parts that are available in stock, and you want to regularly reuse them. By all means, make a project parts library for that. For things like frames that may not get reused very often, sometimes it's nice to just keep those in a one-off project parts library file too. So there's different reasons for doing it. You can do whatever you want. It should be very flexible, and you've got lots of options. So that's working with parts libraries with ProteusDS Oceanographic. Thanks for watching.